Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Married at First Sight Season 16, Episode 12. It's titled Getting to the Crust. Now, I'm only doing two couples at a time because my phone refuses to record for a certain amount of time. So I'm doing Chris, Nicole, and Jasmine and Aries. I think that's what I'm doing first. Okay. First up, Nicole and Chris. Nicole, Chris, and her father, they go to do yoga with goats. I would never do that. For one thing, goats are constantly dropping pallets. They're constantly doing number two. And if that drops on me, forget it. It's over with. And then I wouldn't want their hooves or their whatever they have scratching me up. I wouldn't want that. No, I would never do that. I'm not even a fan of regular yoga. I mean, what does yoga really do for you? What? Anyway, we finally find out why Nicole's father is bitter towards her. The father said him and Nicole's mother divorced when Nicole was 4 years old. And when Nicole turned 18, she did not want to spend any time with him. He said he only had a one-bedroom apartment and Nicole had to sleep on a couch whenever she came over. He said she would talk back to him. He said she didn't want anything to do with him. He said she would try to ditch him and she had an attitude towards him. Damn, Nicole. Now we know why the father is bitter towards Nicole. So Nicole asked her father if he's ever seen her this happy because she's with Chris. And he said, I don't think you're happy. I think you're contented. And I don't think she's happy or contented. I think she is terrified. She said it out of her own mouth. She's scared that she's going to do or say something to ruin the relationship. She said that. And every time we see her, she's holding on to his hand for dear life. And he said he doesn't like all that hand holding. And Chris always looked uncomfortable to me. He always had an uncomfortable looking smile on his face. So the father finally told Chris that he can call him Dad. And now they're one big happy family. Next, they go to meet up with DP. DP is Dr. Pepper. So DP asks them what may affect their marriage because they're so happy. So she wants to know what may make something go wrong. And Nicole said she realized that her past relationship has affected her more than she realized. Then she said a whole bunch of stuff. She talks too much. When she starts talking like that, I check out. I check out. Chris said he has always showed who he is in his past relationship. But the women, his past girlfriends, didn't like him for who he was. He said being who he is has finally led him to someone who likes him for actually who he is. And he thanked Dr. Pepper for his wife. But Nicole is not being herself. So he likes someone who he doesn't even know anything about. She's not being herself. She says she's tiptoeing around him because she's scared something will happen to break up the relationship. So she's not being herself. She's afraid she's going to scare him away. So DP told them to build a strong foundation. And that way, if something comes up, something goes wrong, they'll have a big foundation to fall back on. I say they have no foundation because Nicole is not being her true self. Next, we see them out at the gym. They're at the gym and they're asking the questions. The expert gives them questions in a fishbowl to ask each other. And they're doing this at the gym. I don't know why they're doing it at the gym instead of doing it at their apartment. The first question is the moment in my life when I felt the most amount of shame. Nicole said when her mother noticed that she had a burn mark on her arm and she lied to her about the burn mark. I guess her ex burned her with a cigarette and her mom noticed it and she lied to her mother and her mother knew she was lying. And she said that was the moment when she felt the most shame in her life. I can understand feeling shame about that. I mean, it's never happened to me, but imagine you got a black eye and somebody say, what happened? You say, oh, I fell down the steps or the doorknob hit me in the eye or whatever. Anyway, Chris said he had a party and his mother was baking cookies, and he had people at the party who were underage and drinking, and his mother almost got arrested. I don't understand why she almost got arrested for that. He should have gotten arrested because it was his apartment, it was his party, and it was his guests. So he should have been the one to get arrested. But he said he's ashamed of that. Nicole said, "Oh, we have something else in common. We both care about our mother." I think the majority of the world, the people in the world, care about their mother, Nicole. That's not something to have in common. That's something the majority of people in the world do, is care about their mother. I dare her to find something that they have in common. I mean, other than being in horrible relationships. And like again, the majority of the world, people in the world, have been in horrible relationships. I mean, some different levels of horrible relationships, but the majority of the people in the world has been in horrible relationships. So I want her to find something that they truly have in common. Next question. What is your biggest insecurity and why? Chris said his insecurities are when he was in past relationship, wondering if he was lovable and is he worthy of love? And why didn't anyone want to stay with him? This is mean, but I'm going to say it because this is what he has shown me, and this is some of the things that he has said on this show. Chris is a crybaby. Chris is selfish. Chris is manipulative. Chris is lazy. And Chris only washes his clothes once a month. So that means he wears his underwear twice in a row. To me, these are the things he has said on the show. So that's why I'm thinking he hasn't been successful in his relationships. Might be mean, but hey, this is what I hear. This is what I see. Nicole tells him that his girlfriends were not worthy of his love. Next question. What worries you the most at this moment? Nicole said she is worried that they are in a bubble and one day the bubble is going to burst. And then she talked about her reasons. And I don't even know if he commented on that. We just see him looking uncomfortable. I don't know if he responded. Next up, Jasmine and Aries. They go to meet with DP. And DP told them that they are progressing. Are they, DP? She said they're progressing the way that they want them to progress. And she... and she said what would help them to connect. And Jasmine said she wants deeper conversation. And I agree because all Aries talks about is sex. Then Jasmine said him not being attracted to her hurt her feelings. And then she said basically that they need to get to know each other better. So DP told her to share something with Aries now that would help him to get to know her better. So Jasmine said she mentors girls and she tells them to speak up for themselves. But she has not been doing that herself. And DP asked Jasmine why has she not been speaking up for herself. Jasmine basically said that she worked on herself to be a confident woman and now she feels like she is in a marriage all by herself. And she doesn't know if he would even care if she tells him how she feels. And in a way, I think Jasmine is acting like Nicole. She's tippy-toeing around her husband because she doesn't want him to throw in the towel. Like Dominique did. But DP hit the nail right on the head. DP said, do you think it might not be you? DP said Aries is 39 years old. His lack of attraction may not have anything to do with Jasmine. And guess what? She has a PhD. She has decades of professional and personal experience. So Aries, what do you say about that? She thinks it's not you. She thinks it's not Jasmine. It's you with the problem. Excuse me. Aries said that he has experienced a lot of deaths in his life, and that made him afraid to be close to people because people die. He gets close to people and people die. He said he missed out on the father-son relationship because his father died when he was at a young age. But he already talked about this. Can't he tell us something else? DP told him that what he wants the most may scare him the most. Aries agrees, and DP tells Jasmine that she has her work cut out for her. And see, that's too much. That is too much for me. I would not want to have to fix a man. I want him already come to me fixed. I don't want to have to. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to fix a man to like me, to be attracted to me, to want to be with me. Who has time for that? So Jasmine said she doesn't know that. She didn't know that about Aries. Yes, you did. You knew he had issues with the people who died. He keeps talking about when she went to his apartment. He talked about his father dying. He's told her about his friend dying. She knows he has issue about dying. He feels some type of way. He feels like people leave him. I think she knew that. Come on. Yeah, she said she didn't know that about Aries, and that's the deep conversation she wants to have with him. So DP told Jasmine to give Aries compassion and support because this is really hard for him. So DP, is this not hard for Jasmine too? He's telling her he's not attracted to her. I don't think he's attracted to her. He's telling you the truth. He wanted somebody cute, young, and fun. And Jasmine is a serious girl who, take things seriously. So DP has Jasmine tell Aries how her family life has affected her. Jasmine said her life was the opposite of Aries. She had both parents. She never saw them argue. And she said she was sheltered. And she said that's probably why she's non-confrontational. She said that it's probably why she is not good at communication. She said because her parents, they fixed their issues behind closed doors. She said they didn't argue in front of the kids or anything like that. DP told them to be understanding and supportive of each other. My advice to Jasmine is if Aries says something to her that she does not like, then she needs to let him know right away. I think you have to teach people how to treat you. And I need to take my own advice. I need to take that exact same advice. So DP basically said what I said. She told Jasmine to be who she tells her girls to be. The girls that she mentor to take the advice she gives to them and be who she tells her girls to be. To stand up for herself and say how she is feeling. She told Aries to be open and get to know Jasmine more and stop trying to run away. She basically told them they made a commitment to each other and they need to honor that commitment. That's all fine and good, but Aries does not want Jasmine. He doesn't want her. Next, Aries and Jasmine are in their apartment. Aries asks Jasmine the fishbowl question, the question in the fishbowl from the experts. What make her feel secure in their marriage and why? What would make her feel secure in their marriage and why? Jasmine said she couldn't think of anything. And Jasmine is doing exactly what she told DP that she does. Not communicate. If I were Jasmine, I would say I would feel insecure in this marriage if you don't quit talking shit about me to your friends and family because it hurts my feelings. That would make me feel insecure. You keep telling people I'm not attracted to her. I don't like her. There's nothing about her I like. I want big booty women. She ain't got no booty. But saying things like that about her, that's not cool. But Aries let it slide because guess what? Aries don't care. He doesn't care what Jasmine has to say. He doesn't like Jasmine. So he let it slide. He's like, okay, next question. So he asked her another question from the fishbowl. The thing I would like you to know about my upbringing is, Jasmine said, we already talked about that. About her saying that her parents didn't argue in front of them. But there's other things to talk about while you were growing up, Jasmine. There's other things that happened when you was growing up. Prom, summer camp, or no summer camp. First crush, friends, first day of high school, trips with friends and family, parties, sad things, happy things, bad things. It's all kinds of things to talk about when you were growing up, Jasmine. I don't understand her. What she should do is um, pretend she's in a pageant on stage and somebody's asking her these questions and answer the damn questions. Because when you're a pageant person, you got to answer the questions, don't you? That they ask you. You can't say, I don't know. I already did that. I already told you. You got to answer the questions. So pretend you're in a pageant, Jasmine, and answer the questions. I don't know what the hell is wrong with her. I think Jasmine has finally checked out of the relationship. And Aries don't care, so he grabs another question from the fishbowl. Because, like I said, he does not give a damn about what Jasmine has to say. The next question is, the thing I wanted to wait to tell you until we've been together longer. To that, Jasmine said, I haven't not told you anything. She still won't answer the question. I think she's done. I think she has definitely checked out. I think she has thrown in the towel. And if that's the case, then she needs to do a Dominique. Pack a box, walk down the hallway with tears in her eyes. Just leave, go. If you've checked out of the relationship, just go. You're wasting our time, Jasmine. Next question. The hardest thing I have to forgive is trying to forgive him saying that you're not attracted to her and telling other people that you're not attracted to her. Try and forgive that. Jasmine tells Aries to go first because she has nothing to say, so say, you go first. Aries says to the camera that DP told us to have deeper conversations, but Jasmine is struggling to find things to say. But Aries is no better than Jasmine because he says the hardest thing he has to forgive is his friend committed suicide. He's talking about the deaths again. That's all he talks about. He's not talking about anything new. Aries already talked about that, but here he goes talking about that again. And I noticed that the majority of these people are afraid to open up. Aries, he's afraid to open up. Jasmine is afraid to open up. Gina is afraid to open up. Kristen is afraid to open up. And I kind of don't blame them because there's a camera in your face. But then again, they signed up for this. This is what they signed up for. They don't just get to get the money, get the free apartment, get a free trip for the honeymoon, to Jamaica, get the free wedding, get the free rings, and then skip off to La La Land. They need to give the audience something, you know. Anyway, Aries said that he forgave his father, and he has a better relationship with his mother. Did his father commit suicide also? That's not why his father died, was it? But he said he forgave his father for not being there for him when he was a kid, I guess. Jasmine said there is nothing she has to forgive. Jasmine, what do you mean there's nothing you have to forgive? The way Aries is treating you. He's not going to have sex with you. He's not attracted to you. He don't like nothing about you. He keeps telling everybody this. What do you mean there's nothing to forgive? Okay, whatever. Aries said to the camera that she is the one who wanted to have deeper conversations, and now he is the one going deep, and he is wondering what's happening with her. She has checked out. I think she has checked out. Anyway, the next question. What worries you most at the moment? Jasmine said their marriage is what worries her the most at this moment. Hey, she answered the question. Jasmine actually answered the question. You go, Jasmine. You go. Next, Jasmine's mother comes over for a visit. Jasmine's dog is all over Jasmine's mother. You can tell the dog misses her. And Jasmine's mother is probably the one who really takes care of that dog. Anyway, Aries claims he wants to talk to Jasmine's mother in order to find out a way to help Jasmine to open up and communicate with him more. Come to find out, Duchess, the dog, chewed up Aries' shoe. And Aries claimed he got over it quickly. But I'm on Duchess's side. Duchess probably thought his shoes was ugly and funky. And she said to herself, let's chew them up so they can throw them out. You go, Duchess. You go. So Jasmine's mother asked him how the marriage was going. He said it could be better. He tells the mother how he goes deep with the conversation and Jasmine doesn't. One time. And he keeps talking about the same thing. The debts in his life. Between his father and his friend. Jasmine's mother tells him to pull the conversation out of her, out of Jasmine. But I really couldn't focus on what the mother was saying, and she had these contact lenses in her eyes, and they looked like they were irritating her eyes, and that's what I kept focusing on. But anyway, she did give him some good advice, and then she told him that she was gonna pray for them. Then she mentioned this no sex until decision day. And Aries basically said that when he finds something that they have in common, then he'll give her some sex. Basically, that's what he said. Yeah, but she said she would pray for them. But Aries does not want Jasmine. He does not want Jasmine. That's the bottom line. This is the end of my review. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you for watching. I'm coming back with the next two couple as soon as I upload this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.